What's up, friends? There are two things that I wish I would have known about the Ninja Crispi before I bought one. I'm going to talk about those two things in just a second, but first I want to go over the features of the Crispi so you can know exactly what to expect when you buy it. So the Crispi is really cool. It comes with this PowerPod. This PowerPod is where all the magic happens. It's an air fryer pod that's mobile. I mean, they call it mobile. It still plugs in. It does have about almost a 3-foot cord. So you want to make sure plan ahead. You're going to need to be somewhat close to an outlet when you're using the Crispi. It also comes with two sizes of bowls, and these bowls are meant to prepare in, cook in, and store in. That's one of the things I love about the Crispi is that I can prepare my food in here, whether I'm crisping it up with the crisper plate or I'm just using it as a glass bowl. The other thing is no toxins or bad things in this because it's just glass, so you're cooking in glass. And when you crisp up, you can use the crisper plate. You just place that in. And then when you're done cooking and you eat and there's leftovers, all you have to do is just snap the lid on and it's ready to go in the fridge, both for the bigger bowl and for the smaller bowl. The smaller bowl has these nice snapping handles on them, so you know whatever's in there is going to stay really nice and fresh. I've cooked lots of things in here like vegetables, chicken, dips, all of that sort of stuff. And there are some things to get used to with the Crispi. One of those things is that there are 4 modes on the Crispi. I'm going to come a little bit closer and show you. The 4 modes on the Crispi is bake, recrisp, air fry, and max crisp. And then there's a start button right here, and there's a timer plus and minus button right here. Now, the thing to understand about this is that because there's just modes, you don't select your temperature. It gives you a temperature gauge here of the recrisp is somewhere between 380 and 400. Bake is between 375 and 400. Air fry is between 400 and 250. And then max crisp is between 425 and 450. So you don't get to select your actual temperature, and you can't go any lower than 375 on any of these modes. So it really is meant to be just a quick set it and forget it. So it can't cook everything perfectly. I've cooked a lot of things with it and I've been super happy with it. I have just found out that there are some things that you can't cook with it. Now, in order to use it, it's super easy. I'm going to put these to the side. In order to use it, you just put your food in here. Whatever you want crisp goes on the crisper plate, and you can actually cook other things under the crisper plate while you can cook them together, and the things on top will get crisp, things on bottom won't. And all you have to do is just set it right on top of the bowl. Make sure it's plugged in, obviously. Set it right on top of the bowl. It fires up. It has a default of 10 minutes on the clock. And you pick your mode. So recrisp, bake, air fry, max crisp. And then you select your time and you hit start. If you're using the bigger bowl, it has this adapter right here. So there is an extra part to it. I know when we buy these appliances, we want as little parts as possible. I think they did a pretty good job at keeping this down. You just pop it onto the adapter, and then it fits onto the bigger bowl, and you do the same thing. Pick your mode, pick your time, and then start baking. So I'm going to pull this off really quick. And I want to show you a couple of other things. Another thing that I think you should know is to clean the actual PowerPod of the Crispi. You just take a wet washcloth once you're done using it, and you just gently wipe down the grate on the front of it. You don't want to submerge this in water in any way. There's obviously a lot of moving parts and electricity and all that sort of stuff, and you just want to protect this. So you just wipe that down as good as you can, get some of that grease off of it, and store that away. The bowls are really easy to clean. You can throw them in the dishwasher or you can clean them in the sink. One thing to know about the bowls is that you can't remove this bottom plastic piece. I'm going to pull this off and show it to you a little bit closer. So it has these plastic handles and protectors. Obviously, it protects your countertop from heat. These are heat resistant, but these are always on. So you want to clean in between these cracks really, really well. There can get some food in there. I'll show you this even right now. I just cleaned this. I don't know if I can do it without the reflection. And there's water between the glass and the plastic, and there's just no way to get to that. So it's always going to look a little bit dirty, which is fine. It doesn't bother me a ton. Certainly wouldn't keep me from buying this thing. I love the Crispi so much. It has replaced our Ninja Foodie, which was the 2-drawer with a ton of settings. It basically replaced that, and now it's easy, and it's just a small unit that I can put out on the countertop. It cooks super fast, and I hope you love it as much as we do.